Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to say, call Halayim, like Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak, Dash. I would like to give double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstone, the minute I learned the truth from. And I would like to say, Shalom, wa Barakim, Labakayim, Shah Yashala. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, sincerely waiting and adoring until the return of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach to deliver us out of this last captivity. I'm going to title this video, It's 2019, the year of the false flag. And when I say false flag, I'm not talking about a little false flag like a theater shooting or people running a marathon race and then a bomb goes off and then people lose limbs. I'm not talking about somebody running up in a convenience store and shooting people, or running up in a mall and shooting. No, I'm talking about the next big event since 9/11 happened in America. And they're called false flags because the government, your own U.S. government, orchestrates these events to bring chaos in America and around the world to institute their agenda or whatever they may have planned. They may be able to start war with another country, may be able to mess with the stock market or take away certain rights that you have or come after your freedom of speech, whatever it may be. They use these false flag events to further their agenda. Now, we as men in the truth, and when I say us men in the truth, I mean the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American men who have woken up to themselves being Hebrew Israelites and are now out on the highways and byways trying to wake up their people and fighting the good fight of faith. Us that have waken up to this truth, we know that the next major false flag is soon to happen. Why? Because the so-called white man wants to bring what you call the New World Order, okay? And what he has to do to bring that is chaos. That's why he has a term, Order Ab Chaos. He's going to cause chaos to befall you people on this earth, and then he's going to bring a solution, which is going to be the mark of the beast stated of in the book of Revelation, which is the RFID. But before that, it's going to be a lot of chaos. It's going to be a lot of destruction, plagues, famines. But there's going to be a false flag he's going to use to start all this chaos, and it's going to be worse than 9/11. It's going to be worse than some planes hitting some towers. Okay. Now the reason why I titled this is 2019, the year of the false flag. Well, something was brought to my attention when I was watching videos on YouTube that we just had the Super Bowl that passed with the Patriots and the Rams. Well, in the year 2001, we know that that's when 9/11 happened in New York City, okay? But the Super Bowl was supposed to happen in January of 2000 and, my fault, it was supposed to happen in the year 2001, but it was postponed to the year 2002 due to the false flag of 9/11. Now, the two teams that faced off in the Super Bowl that year was coincidentally, which it ain't a coincidence, because all these sports and festivities are set up to further keep you people asleep and entertained. The two teams that were in that Super Bowl were the Patriots and the Rams. So in 2001, when the towers collapsed in New York City, they had to postpone the Super Bowl, and the two teams that were in that Super Bowl were the Rams and the Patriots. Now, which two teams were just in the Super Bowl this past Sunday? The Rams and the Patriots. Now, once you tie in things that have been happening on this earth, like the government shutdown here in America, that's still up. It's temporary. The government has temporarily been reopened, but it has a deadline of February 15th, and anything can happen on that date. President Donald Trump is saying he might use emergency actions if things don't go his way, which we believe is going to be emergency action taken, because what's the use of just bringing another government shutdown? So you have that going on. You have the so-called immigrant crisis at the border. You have the Brexit going on over there in Europe, okay? You have the fact that America is over $21 trillion in debt, okay? But most importantly of all this stuff, you have the fact that the so-called white man, when I say the so-called white man, I'm talking about the elites of the so-called white man, the men that actually run this world right now, the central banking families, the men that own the central banks, the men that own the stock market, the men that own the forex market, the men that owns all currency, and dictates how currency is manipulated and used. They are terrified and frightened at the fact that us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are waking up to our nationality of being Hebrew Israelites, the true biblical children of Israel stated over in the scriptures. And them knowing that, they're seeing that their time is almost up, and there's coming a time when they're going to be in hardcore bondage in the kingdom of heaven under us Hebrew Israelites. So when you add all this stuff together, and you see, wow, it's a lot going on. You just had the Super Wolf Blood Moon. It's a lot going on in the year 2019. It just kicked off, and the fact that these two teams faced off in the Super Bowl at the beginning of this year with all this turmoil on the brink of happening. Oh, not to mention you just had America leave the treaty, the nuclear treaty with Russia. So you have so much going on right now. And when you look at the fact that these two teams, the last time they played in the Super Bowl was coincidentally the year that it had to be pushed back after the first major false flag in America. So that's a sign that at least is showing you that, I believe, it's a sign that at least is showing you that they're finna bring the next false flag. You have a lot of Israelites that say, well, 2019 is going to be the year that the Lord comes back. Now, we over here in GMS, we don't believe that. I'm saying? It could be 2019 because the scripture says no man knows the day or hour, but you have other things that have to play out. You know what I'm saying? 2019 could very well be the year of the major false flag that brings on the chaos in America and martial law. Now, that could happen in 2019, but you still have chaos that has befallen the RFID chip being made mandatory and the multitudes of the elected nation of Israel come in. So you can't just say the Lord's going to come back 2019, but it's very, very close. And when you see all this stuff going on, you have to say, man, something big is going to happen very, very soon. And our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are not paying attention. That's why the so-called white man, he reopened the government just in time for the Super Bowl for you people to be entertained with breads and circuses, because that's what the Roman government called it back during that time. The ancient Roman government, they called it bread and circuses when they would give you the Colosseum games. Hey, give them food and entertainment. And they'll forget about the heavy taxation. They'll forget about their oppression. They'll forget about us manipulating their oppression behind the scenes. Okay? So this devil, the so-called white man that the Bible speaks of, his biblical nationality being Esau, Edomite, with him reopening the government just in time for the Super Bowl, and not only just the Super Bowl, the NBA All-Star game, all these entertainment events is keeping you in a state of not keeping your eye on what matters. So when these things come upon you, you're going to be shocked. It's going to come upon you as a surprise. But to the men that's watching, like the Lord told them to watch, and keeping their eye on what matters in this world, they're not going to be taken by surprise. Okay. Now, I'm going to get a precept because it's always good to bring the scriptures out, even though sometimes we just bring out information and, some of our thoughts, but you got to bring the scriptures out, man. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, and it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you." Who's the devil? The deceiver of the earth, the so-called white man, the one that painted himself to be Jesus, the one that's in the land of Israel today calling himself Jewish, which the word Jewish has ish at the end of it, meaning a suffix, meaning pretending to be or wanting to be like, or kind of, faking our heritage. Okay, the deceiver on the earth, the man that enslaved the Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, it still has you in captivity, whether you recognize it or not, with you being in your zombified state, because you believe everything that's fed to you through the TV and his news. And because you're in a comfortable state now, you're able to go out and eat on the weekends and entertain and watch a movie and go to the club and make a couple FRN notes, which you believe to be real money, which US dollar isn't backed by anything. Yeah, hey, the devil, the so-called white man, the man that has you in this system of slavery, It says, for the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Because these Rothschilds, Rockefellers, you know what I'm saying, DuPonts, and all these elite banking families, you regular so-called white people, you don't even know what's going on. You don't know that this is your kingdom, and that you're in rulership, and that you're supposed to, and that you have the children of Israel in slavery right now. But the elites, they know what's going on, and they're controlling what's going on because the Most High gave them a time when they would rule this earth. You know, and they don't give a fuck about their own people. That's why you have these poor so-called white people. You have other so-called white people that's totally oblivious to what's going on a high spiritual level. But the devil, the deceiver of the earth, is about to come down with great wrath because he knows that he has but a short time. So a false flag could be very well on the way very soon, man. Hey, another thing major that happened this year, he started demonizing us Hebrew Israelites. He put us on Fox and CNN. Hey, we're talking about we speak hate speech, and, you know, we were going at the kids with the MAGA hats and all this other stuff, man. So we're in a time where things is going to, you know, escalate and turn up, and 2019 could very well be that year. So just wanted to bring that to people's attention. To the next video, I say shalom.